We continue our conversation from yesterday. The African Democratic Congress, also known as the ADC, might be facing some internal crisis after being adopted as the platform for the opposition coalition ahead of the 2027 general election. A faction of the party has expressed dissatisfaction with the adoption, with some leaders accusing the party elites of selling out without proper consultation. To discuss this, I'm joined by Festus Duru, the State Secretary for the ADC Lagos State. He joins me live in the studio. I also have in the studio Mr. Chris Ediale. Thank you very much, sir. He's the State Chief Whip and also the Chairman of the Planning Committee of the ADC Lagos State. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, let me start with what I call a follow-up of the conversation we had yesterday at the ADC in Lagos State. The guest we had said that the chairman has been suspended for anti-party activities, and they also highlighted quite a number of lingering issues. But let me ask you, starting with you, Mr. Festus Duru.
This should have been me. Okay. Okay.
At the moment, right now, would you say the ADC in Lagos State is united?
You asking me or you
Yes,
asking him?
I'm asking you, sir.
ADC Lagos State has been united, is united, and will continue to be united. There is no cause for alarm, and there are no crises. I am the Chief Whip, a pioneer of ADC in Lagos. There was no ADC till I came.
There was no ADC
Yes,
till you came?
ADC was registered in 2006. So when it came to Lagos, I joined, I became pioneer chairman of the Ediale local government. We came about 5 or 6 of us. We were heading local governments. We formed the state ESCO. So people have been joining us since then. ADC has never had problem. ADC will never have problem. If there are problems, these big names you are seeing today will not come to us. So I'm in a better position to talk about ADC Lagos than any other person because I'm a pioneer.
All right. Yesterday we had Mr. Ijauboma and Mr. Dada as guests, and they made some strong allegations. Maybe I should also come to
No, go ahead. Just ask the question. Go ahead.
Mr. Bada, sorry, as a guest. And they made some pretty much strong allegations. They said that Mr. George Ashiru has been suspended as the chairman of the party, largely because, number one, there was a vote of no confidence and for anti-party activities. And they also accused you, sir, Mr. Festus Duru, of anti-party activities. I'm coming.
Yeah.
They accused you of anti-party activities. They said that that you campaigned for the Labour Party during the 2023 elections, and also accused Mr. George Ashiru of campaigning for the APC, saying that you cannot, in a way, trying to insinuate that you're trying to call it's like calling a kettle calling a pot black.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you respond, Mr. Festus?
Thank you, Mr. Dakbo. The names you just mentioned, we know them very well. They were members of ADC, but in 2023, that very particular name you mentioned, there are others.
There are others?
Yes. He used to be the chairman of the party in Amurodofin.
And Jeremy Felodu.
The other person, Bada, used to be the state financial secretary before 2023 elections. But towards the 2023 general elections, the few of them went with another gubernatorial candidate of another political party and claimed, in quotes, that they were collapsing structure to that very particular political party.
And they were still within the ADC?
As at then, they were still with the ADC. Then that prompted because it was live, it was on national television. The party leaders and the party hierarchy in the state set up a disciplinary committee to look into the matter. And after the disciplinary committee sat and came up with recommendations as the party constitution enshrines, on June 30th, 2023, Mr. Ijagbomo Ediale was expelled.
Expelled?
Yeah.
With other 9 persons. Those 9 persons who used to be local government chairpersons. This is the expulsion letter. This letter is with the INEC.
Dated 2023.
This is dated 30th June 2023, precisely.
National
The media, when I watched yesterday the program, I was like, if the media do not invite us to come and let the world know the truth, we may sue the media, News Central, because the Independent National Electoral Commission of Nigeria has record of all political party officers, beginning from ward, local government, state, and national. So, the people who came here yesterday were no longer in the party. They left voluntarily anyway.
They left
voluntarily. They come from another party.
And that was on
2 weeks to election 2023.
Fantastic.
2 weeks to 2023.
Are you in copy of their resignation letter?
I'm coming.
No, it's on video.
I'm coming. It's on national television.
It's on television.
It is in the media.
In the media.
Newspapers have them.
Everywhere.
They're also in video clips.
Yeah.
Then you can see 10 names there who were expelled. Then there are other 9, who were suspended.
Because they wrote in to clarify their stance.
According to the party's constitution. So having established this fact, political party does not entertain vacuum. On July 26th, 2023, the party had to appoint acting chairpersons in those local governments where the local government chairpersons decamped voluntarily. This is the list of the acting chairpersons. You can have this as a copy.
So you can just raise that to the screen there so that the viewers at home can see.
Yeah.
So, where did the problem now emanate from? The genesis.
Now,
I'm still going to come to you, Mr. Chris.
Now,
Chief Ediale, not Mr. Chris.
Okay.
Now, of recent, the African Democratic Congress has been adopted as a kind of the coalition towards 2027 general elections. If a prodigal son decides to go back to the family or the house, the Constitution has a process. Some of these people are personal friends. Despite that, we still relate, but on personal ground. If you have to go back, there is a process. If you are suspended by a political party, there is a process. If you are expelled as well, there is a process. They have constitution of the party. They have lawyers. If they are right, why didn't they consult their lawyer to interpret the constitution for them? So for them to have come to News Central carried them. Though News Central is known for being unbiased.
That's why we're having this conversation, sir. To listen to all sides of the story.
Yeah.
But let me come to you, Chief Ediale.
Yes.
Chief Ediale, you wanted to actually speak on where you think things fell apart, in all of this.
Yes. Do I have the floor now?
Yes.
Those people in question are my personal friends. We drink together, we eat together, they confide in me. So what happened was, I was in my sitting room one day, I just on my television. I saw them in a gathering with Dr. Okowa, then governor of Delta State, Governor Baseki, then governor of Edo State. Who was the other person? Who was the other governor? They were many, they were there. So Ijagbomo picked up a mic, he spoke that he and his supporters were declaring for PDP, that they were collapsing their own structure, which is our own local government structure, to join the PDP. So they are matured adults. We did not do anything to them. But what we did was that, if it is true they have done that, that means they are no longer with us. That is indiscipline because they have not resigned. By our party constitution, if they are leaving, there is a procedure of resignation. As you say, there's a way to resign. You are a staff, you are working here. You can't just walk away and join AIT. If you are going to rape power or AIT or you will let your organization know. So since they did not inform us, we waited for them. So when they did not talk, we now issued query to them that based on what we saw on television, was it real or imaginary? Some responded. As you see, some did not respond. Those that responded, my committee invited them. They came to us to interface with us. They said they were not even part of them, that their names were just added. We said, okay, we cleared them. But those that did not come it means they've left us. So since February 8, 2022, 2023, we have not seen them. You know, it's a political party. There can be no vacuum. When we waited for 6 months, we did not see them. We appointed acting chairman to take care of those local governments. So they did not come, but we're hearing noise. They are making noise. They are boasting that they have gone, that they are not part of us, that the party is dead. So what we did was, okay, we gave them that grace. We have to follow the procedure. We've written to them. When you are issued query in your organization, you reply. Since they did not reply, we have to suspend them first. They still did not come forward to say, please, they have to be expelled. When all this thing, we did it, we copied the national body. We did not just do that. National body has to approve.
That's the national body of the party?
Of the party, ADC, national headquarters. We copied so many organizations. ANEC, DSS, everybody. Police and all, because it's a political party. So that same year, I was part of the team that went to Lagos CP, because when they called the parties to come with their ESCO, the police used to call us, all parties, send your leader 2 or 3. As you say, for peace. Election is coming, we don't want Wahala. I was the one who led the delegation to that place, the delegation that went there. I'm in charge of security, protection, and all. So they did not come. On personal ground, I called them from behind. That what we are doing is not good. It's everywhere, the video is there. That Ijagbomo took up a microphone. He stood before Okowa, ex-governor Okowa, ex-governor Baseki, Jando. He said they have collapsed the local government structure of ADC Lagos to PDP. And they heard them. 45 minutes, at least. We saw it live. So, if you are working here now, if your staff decide to go to rape power and says that all the staff in this here have collapsed the structure to rape power, what will the management do?
Well, I mean, this, of course, is a bit of a, will I call it, an issue that we'll definitely dig more into. I know you have a lot to say, sir.
Yes, let me summarize. Okay. So what we did was to call, you don't go to expulsion, you first of all suspend. With the hope that they will come back. We suspended that they were not remorseful. So there was pressure on me, committee. So we had to recommend their expulsion, and they were all expelled. It wasn't we. I don't have power to expel. The State Working Committee forwarded their case to the National Working Committee. National Working Committee submitted their name, forwarded the case to the National Executive Committee, and their expulsion was approved.
So they were expelled from the party. They are not officially, according to you, they are not members of the ADC.
They have not been interfering with the ADC affairs.
They have not been interfering.
They have not been interacting since 2022.
Okay, we'll definitely dig deeper into this issue.
Yes.
But we need to go on a quick break. When we return, joining us virtually will be Mr. George Ashiru, the Lagos State Chairman of the ADC. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Many thanks for staying with us. It's still Politics HQ on News Central Television, and of course we are discussing the ADC and the coalition. This has been on the news and has continued to generate reaction. But we are looking at it at the level of Lagos State right now, where, of course, there seems to be a bit of issues. I still have my guest with me. In the studio, I have Mr. Festus Duru, is the State Secretary of the ADC Lagos State. I have Chief Chris Ediale, is the Chief Whip and Chairman of Disciplinary Committee of the ADC. And joining virtually is Mr. George Ashiru, is the Lagos State Chairman of the ADC. Thank you for staying with me, gentlemen. Let me come to you, Mr. Ashiru. Yesterday, I would say that to a very large extent, the end of the barrel was pointed in your direction in terms of the conversation, with accusations of anti-party activity, you being suspended as the state chairman. I'd like you to first react to the issue of the suspension. They use the word vote of no confidence. As of now, are you still the chairman, just for clarity? And as regards this allegation of a suspension, what do you have to say about it?
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me very well.
Very well.
Thank you. To start with, ADC is a party of order, is a party of discipline, is a party of structure, systems, and good leadership. This is the reason other people adopted ADC. And in ADC Lagos, we will not condone indiscipline. These people that you are referring to offended the constitution of the party, that in the middle of campaign, when we were busy campaigning for our own candidates, they went and endorsed another candidate, sabotaging our candidates in that process. At that time, Mr. Funsho Doherty. So you can imagine, the people that were doing the grassroots work for him suddenly turn around to go and receive money, to go and endorse another candidate. That's a gross violation. No party will accept it. And we, as a structured organization that we are, took the necessary action, followed the process, suspended or expelled them, and in their own wisdom, they claimed that local government chairmen gathered together to suspend their state chairman. It's not even in the Constitution. In the Constitution, only the national can suspend state executives, and the state can suspend local government executives. It is not possible to suspend from down up. And then it is only the state executive committee that can suspend anybody. And
we are having a bit of difficulty trying to connect with Mr. George Ashiru, is the Lagos State Chairman of the ADC, trying to, of course, give clarity to some of these allegations. But let me bring it to the studio and back to you, Mr. Duru. There were allegations that you supported Peter Obi in 2023, even as an ADC member. How do you react?
Thank you very much for that question.
But before I react to that, let me say something. But it was not brought to this my committee member.
Sorry.
I'm not aware.
Hold on. Before I get to that, I want to point out that it is not a taboo for any politician to defect to another political party. It's not a taboo. It's just the process. And when you defect to another political party, you remain with that political party. If you want to go back to your former political party, there is a process as enshrined in the party constitution. Having said that, to the question you asked, frankly speaking, it is not just Festus Duru who supported Mr. Peter Obi's presidential aspiration in 2023. It was a party hierarchy issue. The party at the national took a stand that the party is going to support this very particular presidential candidate. It has to cascade to the state, to the local government,
and to the world.
Down. It is being obedient to the party hierarchy at the national. So it is not really.
So it wasn't an independent decision by you.
It wasn't an independent decision.
It was collective.
Collective that we
the party at the national
Okay.
did have an understanding with that presidential candidate.
Okay, I understand that we have the chairman back. Thank you for staying with us, Mr. George. The floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. As I was saying, so we took the action following the proper process. We informed the national officers and they gave the go-ahead. And the national chairman even inaugurated their replacements to show that the national was completely in order. I saw what we saw to be in order. And I think that in itself establishes the fact that I am the duly elected chairman of the party since May 2022 and will remain there for a duration of 4 years until the next Congress. Now, subsequent to that, these people decided that the only way they can fight back was to go and create some unknown faction with 6 or 7 people meeting in one beer parlor and try to embarrass us for expelling them for what the whole world can see. The video is there, everybody can see. So we didn't just expel them because we don't like their faces. You can see that they went to the opposition. It is a big, big violation of any party's constitution, especially during election year. And they did not have the courage to properly leave, to properly resign. And to make matters worse, look at the background of the video. They did not even differentiate between they as local governments. They said the states, which means I was complicit in what they're doing, which would have led the national to have dissolved the state executive council. So naturally, we did what we're supposed to do. And then have you ever seen anywhere where local governments, 3, 4, 5 of them will gather together and say they are suspending the state working committee, which is the highest organ of the state? I mean, it just tells me that these people don't even understand either politics, they don't know the constitution, they don't even know, they're just essentially just thuggery in politics.
But they also accused, I'm sorry to interrupt your line of thought. I'm sorry to interrupt your line of thought. They also accused you of supporting the APC in 2023, sort of insinuating that, you know, it's a situation of where a pot is calling a kettle black. I mean, how do you react to this, sir?
I never supported APC, so that was a lie. No evidence whatsoever. The party adopted Peter Obi as its presidential candidate, and we gave everybody the mandate to individually choose to support Peter Obi. In Lagos, I didn't even impose it. I said, you can choose to support Peter Obi if you want. After all, I'm more focused on the governorship candidate. That is my own mandate, to deliver governorship. And I was campaigning. So why would I be campaigning for Funsho Doughty, go on television and be attacking the ruling party and be said to also be supporting the ruling party? That's just a bloody lie.
Mr. George Ashiru, I mean, just for the benefit of members, you know, viewers watching at home, did the ADC not have its presidential candidate in 2023? I mean, why you said you supported, or the party supported, another candidate? That's the Labour Party's candidate, Peter Obi. What happened to Kachuku? Did the party not support its candidate? Just for clarity, please. Okay, while we're still trying to connect with the Lagos State Chairman of the ADC, let's take a listen to Mr. Ediale. We had him yesterday, and of course, it's the ripple effect of that conversation. The allegations of anti-party activities against him. Let's just listen for okay, I understand that we don't have that video, the audio yet, but let's come back to the studio. Quickly, because we are really pressed for time, sir. Let's look at the way forward right now.
Yeah.
The issues are already on ground. ADC is the beautiful bride. Everybody wants to be a part of it. What is the way forward? Let me start with you, Chief.
Okay. As per our former members or in general? Which one?
The former members, the allegations, those that are aggrieved, those that feel that, look, there's a newer school, the party needs to move on. What is the way forward?
Yes, the way forward is this. You can't be aggrieved when you walked away from your organization voluntarily. You can't, if you walked away from this media house now, you can't be aggrieved because you are going at your own peril. But then you want to come back, there's a procedure. And I have told them from behind as close past, if you want to come back, there are two ways. The constitution is there. You go to the ward, your ward, and register again. Since you have left, they will issue you with a fresh card. You become a member. You are free to contest and do anything there. But for you to say you want to come back and retain your position, it's not just like that. But somebody has been there since 2023 when you left. That is what they want. They are my personal friends. They want to come back, they retain that position. Because ADC is now big. ADC is now very large. When we were there, we were small. They never knew that today something like this will happen. But for you to say 4 parties, 5 parties are now coming to us, they have seen the caliber of people coming. So everybody now wants to come back. I think because where they went to are even with us.
So for you, the process of reconciliation is go, come, write a letter.
Yes. So secondly, I've just said one part A.
Okay.
Then say part B. Let them write a letter to the state working committee through the state chairman. And the state chairman, in his wisdom, will mail it to us. That is the committee, this right committee. We know what to do. We will invite them to see if they are ready to be remorseful, if they are ready to change. Then we make recommendations to say, okay, let's bring them back. We have position for substantive, deputy, assistant positions. We can consider them. They are my personal friends. So, yeah, as I this time we were still talking. In fact, I've been together with most of them over 10 years ago on political party affairs. We are not enemies.
All right.
They don't have direct problem with me.
Okay.
That is the issue. Let them come officially, open up. We are still one family.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
How about you, Mr. Festus Duru?
To be frank, ADC, African Democratic Congress, has accepted to be the coalition political party, which made it to ADC has been accepting and welcoming people who it never knew, people who were never members. Then, these persons who were members but derailed, if they decide to come back, the door is open. But the fact is that there's a process of rejoining the party. Each of them have the party's constitution, as I do, and will be shared to you before the end of this conversation. So the process is what is questionable. You jumped out. You betrayed the party. You betrayed the governorship candidate. Everybody in Lagos who followed the campaign will testify that Mr. Funsho Doherty was very objective during the campaign. And he pushed the campaign with them and with the state. 9 minutes, less than 2 weeks to that election, there was a kind of stab in the back. Now, Mr. Funsho Doherty, as we speak, is no longer a member of ADC. He decamped properly
To PDP.
to PDP, the same party those who betrayed him went to.
And they are coming back
If he
to us.
decides to come back today, for instance, it's just a process. He has no issue. I can decide to leave ADC today to another political party. You know, when you are leaving a room or a house, you don't shut the door as if the door will never be useful again. That is actually what these my friends did. But what has happened overnight, they have seen that the rejected organization, the party,
Is now
is now the beautiful bride.
Yeah.
They want to be part of, to be frank with you, some of them were part of those who built ADC.
That's why they were
We were in the trenches together for over 8 years, building. Nobody is incapable of being tempted. But when you have been tempted and you failed, there's a proper way to make reconciliation. The door is open. Majority, the more the merrier. Each person is important in politics. The madman outside there has a role to play in politics. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It's been a pleasure having you on the program. And of course, we definitely would follow on this story. Thank you. I understand that we have Mr. George Ashiru, the Lagos State Chairman, back online. Your final thoughts, sir. We lost you for a moment. 30 seconds.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Naturally, virtual with the rains, the network has not been good. But I think the finality is that My colleagues have spoken very well, very, very well indeed. They've represented the interests of the party. They've said it as it's supposed to be. I'm the chairman of the party. Any other group claiming to be there, they are impersonating the party. And we are just sending the message out to the public to be wary of it, and to make sure they are dealing with the right sources for the coalition, and they're dealing with the right sources for membership of the party until these individuals do what their colleagues have just mentioned. The party, at the hierarchy in Abuja, at INEC, everywhere, would never work with people who are not properly elected into office. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you gentlemen on the program at this time. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Well,